G'day folks, welcome to my channel Garden Tubers. My name is Larry and I'm going to take you on a tour through the garden today. We're only a few days from summer in subtropical Brisbane, Australia. Please join me on the tour, and don't forget, if you enjoy the content, please smash that like button and consider subscribing. Alrighty guys, let's get going! Let's take a look at the pepper plants. We'll start here with the paprikas. Look at those. Nice. Some big ones in here. I've never grown paprika before, so it's really exciting to see how they perform. They've got some good size to them. They're looking healthy. No holes, which is good. We've got a lot of bugs around at the moment. It has rained so much in the last week. I'd say we've had between 5 and 6 inches, around 150 mils. We've been having storm after storm after storm, and some quite violent ones. We had ice block size hail here. There wasn't too many, thankfully, and a lot of wind did a bit of damage, but some areas just north of Brisbane had 11 centimetre hail. I saw that on the news, couldn't believe the size of it. It's been the biggest storm outbreak for 2 decades apparently. So they're looking really good. Okay, let's have a look at the serranos. There's a few on this plant. These are a nice chili, about, I think around 30,000 Scoville heat units, SHUs. They've got a tremendous flavour. We love using these in like a soy sauce with a bit of chili, and we just dip it into rice. It tastes really good. Adding little sliced up bits of serrano onto your dishes. They're looking really healthy. There's one over here. Let's have a look at this one. This one is not looking so good. I think it's potentially the rain, or there could be some sort of disease, but look at the curl on that, and it's going brown. It's looking really sad. There are a few little chilies here, but this is the second serrano plant we have in the garden. It's sort of been turning like that over the last week or two when the rain started. So whether it is that, whether we've had some sort of pest introduce some sort of virus into the plant. It's been watered correctly as far as I'm concerned, but it could well be all that excess rain. What's the soil like? It's moist. Doesn't look too bad, but we've had rain for more than a week in a row, so not the best. Okay, let's go and take a look at the RG pineapple. And this one is the RG pineapple. You can see there is that same style of curling. Now, the days have been very hot here. We're getting days of, we've had a few in the last week between 34 and 37 degrees Celsius, which is around 100 Fahrenheit. And, this is in full sun here, so it could be curling to protect it. It's harsh weather, and the wind, we had such strong wind, it felt like we were in a fan-forced oven. I've never grown this variety before. I'm very excited. I see that there is a yellow one. Can you see that in there? Oh, let's get that leaf out of the way. Might be able to see it. Hang on, let's pull him off. Let's get him off. Oh, he's strong. Why is he not coming off? Got him. Oh, that's exciting. A nice, healthy RG pineapple pod. Should also have a low Scoville heat rating. Probably around 30,000. Beautiful. Looking forward to trying that. This is only the second RG I've ever grown. I did grow many years ago an RG Amarillo. I wish I still had the seed for it, but I'm looking forward to trying this one, and I'll keep the seeds, make sure we can plant some of these next year and don't need to buy the plant itself. Okay, now we will look at the Tabasco. This thing is really tall. It's nearly 4 foot tall. I measured it yesterday. It's a monster. Sun's quite shiny, quite bright. Let's see where are the pods. There's a few here. Just there. Yeah, you can sort of see them. Sun's quite bright. There's one. Took a while to finally form the pods, but we've got them, and I'm looking forward to a really nice crop. This one goes from a yellowy orange red color, so it when it's got its multiple stages of ripening, it's got some beautiful color on the plant. It's another chili that I haven't grown for many years, so I'm really excited to see how it looks when we've got all the multiple colors, and it's quite a high cropping chili and really nice flavoursome chili. This is our chili Trinidad, another big chili, probably not quite 4 foot. It's getting there though. Let's go around the other side. We've got some pods on it. There's a nice little pod. That's the typical crinkly curl. There's one there. Here. Looks like I can see 3 on the plant at the moment. This is an exciting super hot chili. Very, very hot. 1 million Scoville heat units. So this one is one that you treat with care. I wouldn't use too much in the cooking. I'd probably use 2 of these in a big batch of bolognese. I'm talking 2 kilos of mince with sauce. So it's a chili that really seriously packs a punch. And these ones are the habaneros. Got a few little pods there. Looks like there's a yellow one down the bottom there. Another habanero. More habaneros down there. And this one is a bird's eye chili. We've got a lot of little pods on it. Heaps actually. This has grown really well. Very happy with that. The Thai chili is what I'd call a hot chili. It's got a Scoville heat rating of about 100,000 Scoville units. So that's a serious chili. I love to use these in a basil pork mince stir fry. And I'd probably use around 10 of them. You're going to get some really nice flavoursome heat out of it. And the basil, well, yeah, it's going to taste really good. Now the habanero, this is an orange habanero, and the heat on this is pretty intense, much hotter than the Thai chili. So we're looking at between 200,000 and 350,000 Scoville heat units. It's got a lovely citrusy flavor. I do enjoy putting those in my bolognese, so I would put 3 of those, 3 large pods in a big batch of bolognese, and you're gonna get that really nice flavor out of it. You know, you just adjust it as you want. Some people might find one of them is too hot, but I guess the more chilies you grow, the more you eat and the higher your tolerance gets. There is 2 habaneros over here. This one, or these 2, so there's one just there, and there's one here. I cut them back from last year, and they've grown a lot more bushier. This birdie, this birdie here and this birdie here are from last year, and we have 3 birdies here that we brought in September this year, so they've been there just over, well, nearly 3 months now. But the sand or the soil in there, it's shrunk or sunk quite a lot, and that's why these plants are so low. They've definitely lost a lot of height, but it's such a big cropper. There's heaps of orange habaneros in there. There's a lot I've got to pick. I'll do a harvest today. It's time to get them off. They don't like too much rain. I picked some last week after the initial pretty much 3 inches within a couple of days, and I could sort of see on the chili that I was getting this, let's see if we can find it, sort of browning. I think the excess water has done a bit of damage to some of the chilies. It's storm season here in Brisbane, so you do get big storms, lots of rain, and you know, it's not good for the root system. But anyway, at least it's cooling everything down because we've had such brutal weather. So we'll do a harvest of these two. Well, that was a good harvest. We ended up with 435 grams. That's 18 grams short of a pound. 75 chilies in there. The biggest ones are 9 grams each. Not a bad harvest. And these are a few more chilies that I planted about 3 weeks ago. Lots of bird's eyes in there. There's a couple of hot ones in there. Look at this on the leaves. Look at that. I suspect that's from all the rain. We've got a weed there. I suspect that's from all the rain. This style of chili doesn't seem to like it. The bird's eyes, as you can see, they're looking a lot better. But these super hots, I'm suspecting it's the rain. They were looking fantastic before that rain started. But look at the brown on the leaf. Yeah, so this is only the second year I've grown chilies in Brisbane. We moved from Perth, where it's quite a dry climate. In summer, literally you don't get any rain for 6 months, but summer here is the rainy season, winter is the dry season. And I'm learning about Brisbane's climate, what it does to the plants, and how I can help prevent any problems with next year's crop. It's all a learning curve. In between the chilies, I've grown a lot of spring onions, any available space. I don't think they take up much room at all. They don't shadow the chilies, so yeah, they're doing well. These ones will be probably, most of them will be ready to be picked within the next 2 weeks. There's some around in the other birdies that I can pick and use when I need. Now here, we have our first ever grown cucumber. Look at the size of this. We've taken lots of cucumber off this. There's one up there. That is now 13 feet high. I didn't know they grow that high. It's incredible. I love these cucumbers, very tasty. We're literally eating cucumbers every day. So that one is a continental cucumber. There is this one here, patio snacks. So the continental cucumber, they're quite long, and the patio, they're more spiky on the outside, and they're sort of a little bit shorter and a little bit fatter. So they're a nice variety as well. So that's produced a lot of crop for us. These plants have been in there for about 2 months. They grow so fast. Okay, here we have a fairy tale eggplant. They don't grow very big. They'll get a little bit bigger than this, probably double that size, and they're done. We haven't grown this variety before. We did have some last year. They were long black eggplants, thin, and probably 25 centimeters, my guess. It's nice basil here. Let's go over to the other birdie. I'm hoping to plant a lot more stuff in pots just so we can increase the size of the garden. Okay, We have a Bahut. This is a very seriously hot chili. There are none on there at the moment. This one did survive from last year. The winters are reasonably mild. There's no frosts here in Brisbane. I've never seen one here before. Probably 3 Celsius, just above freezing. I mean, that it would be a very cold morning. It's usually a lot warmer, and you know, by 9 a.m. it doesn't feel cold at all here, even in the middle of winter. These are our first ever planted Lebanese cucumbers. So this is the first year we've ever grown cucumber, and this is our first Lebanese. Now, it would have only been, what, about 8-9 days ago. This was only up to there, and look at it now. It's got some good height. So I had no idea cucumbers grow so fast, and I definitely did not know that they grow so tall. The patio snack is small compared to the continental. That one has just kept growing and growing. We have scarlet runner beans in here. I can see a few there. They don't like such hot conditions. I'm glad that it's shaded by the Bahut chili and this basil here. We've got this tomato, no idea what it is. It could be a cherry tomato or a heirloom tomato. It's just grown from seeds that I've scattered. So our second Lebanese cucumber, our third. This is actually that's the fourth. This is the sunniest spot, and they seem to get smaller and smaller as you go down the line, least amount of sun. We've got one in the middle, that might be getting more sun. And we've got a couple over there. Basil all around, so never gonna run out of basil. I have scattered seeds for the, from rocket that we grew in this birdie from last year. And you know, it's probably a little bit too hot for rocket. It's more of a winter crop, but if we can get some usable leaves, fantastic. I do like to use rocket with our salads, Greek salad. Another tomato here, not looking too good. So one thing I've noticed after all this rain, the tomatoes are looking particularly sad. It seems as though the cucumber does very well with this rain, can handle it, no problem whatsoever. We have another habanero. That one's grown through last winter. That's ripening. That's a nice big pod, that one. Very nice. A little bit of parsley. We've got a heap of parsley at the front of the house. Not going to run out of that. There's always these little white flies on there. They're not great, but what can you do? They're everywhere. There, we've got little bean there. So that one looks a bit deformed. I use these beans, some of the pods from these, I just direct sowed them to the ground in some of the other birdies, and they're doing really well. More parsley, more basil. Bees absolutely love the flowers on these, so these are a great insect attractor. There are heaps of insects here in the garden. I don't think there's not any problem here with pollination at all. There's just so many bugs everywhere. You just be walking around the garden, they're just bumping into you all the time. Different ones, green vegetable bugs, ladybirds, big types of flies I've never seen in my life. You know, it's because we are new to Brisbane. We've only been here a few years, so there's a lot of things here I've never seen on the west coast of Australia. Okay, so here's some more. These were where I direct sowed the scarlet runner beans. There's a heap of beans in here. Have a look at this. That's the best crop we've ever had. Last year, the scarlet runner beans, they didn't do too well, but these ones that are getting some shade, they're doing really well. I'll be picking those soon. And here's another scarlet runner bean here. Is there any on there? Can't see in this. Oh yeah, there's one there. There's a few there. These are capsicums. You can see one there. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, our tomatoes not doing so well. Look, this one doesn't get enough sun, but it's a beefsteak tomato. I don't know if that's going to survive. Look at the curl on this. I do think it is all the rain and the high humidity. When we planted our tomatoes last year for the first time, I noticed once the rains came around November, December, they just all started looking sad. So it could be that. If you have similar experiences, let me know. I mean, Brisbane is a subtropical climate. Is it typical when you grow your tomatoes that you also are experiencing problems? Could be septoria disease. We're getting spots on the leaves. You can see it there. I've cut a few of these leaves back. These ones here hopefully will survive. Check out this one. This one is a tomato big brandy. I've never grown it before. There seems to be a spot there, but it's big. Biggest tomato I've ever grown. I put a bag on it and there's still a spot. I don't know what's caused that. Was it a bug? Was it the heat? Such hot days here. One day got 38 Celsius. That's over 100 Fahrenheit. That day was the hottest one we had. That was the day right before all that rain just came down with those massive storms. So, check out this one. Does that look like something from Austin Powers movie? Looks like a rocket ship. That is bizarre, guys. What on earth? Look at the deformity. Yeah, that's quite unusual. And this one here, you can see there's a little growth there, just there. Some sort of little growth. Yeah, unusual. And yeah, look at that one. Look at the growth there. Weird. Okay, here. So this is I can see a pod there. Just there. That's going to be a bird's eye. Another hot chili. Capsicum. Another hot chili. Spring onions planted all throughout. More, I think that's, this was, I've moved this one. This was in the middle. It was actually in between some tomato plants, so I have moved it, and it looks like it's a capsicum. So I do bury a lot of the food scraps for direct composting, and when you do that, you get lots of little plants start growing. So it's a lazy way of growing, and then I just move things around. Well, that's enough for today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Please smash that like button and consider being one of our first subscribers. In further videos, I hope to provide helpful information and tips, and I'd like to run some experiments. Until next time, bye for now.